What is up, trolls? Gratch back with another war recap for you guys. Another victory, almost a perfect war, 2 stars shy. We 3-starred all of their Town Hall 9s, but only managed a 1-star on their Town Hall 10, their top base. We'll take a look at the map. They were just another Go Wipe clan, so 2 stars pretty much across the board. Once you get down a little lower, they got a few 3s. Again, just lucky Go Wipes, nothing exciting. And here's what we did to them. So as you see, everything 3-starred except for that top base. So let's take a look at some of the attacks, shall we? First, attack by Palm, going in against their number 3. He took out their 2 and 3 with very similar attacks, Go Vajos. So this one, he's coming from the left, just drops his Golem, Wizard, Queen, creating that funnel. He's just going to bring them in and try and get into the core. Goes on and drops the King and the Valks a little bit early because there's those buildings in there to draw them in. And then Earthquakes open the area, so that's going to get him all the way into the core. Drops the Rage here in just a second, and that's going to burn through the Queen. And the Queen and Wizard's going to step up in there and do work on the CC troops. The King goes down. And honestly, his Valks sort of peter out here real quick. But they manage to, with the Valks and the Golems and King, they do trip 3 of the giant bombs. So the Hogs just sort of bringing them in a surgical fashion around the outside. Drops a heal for him. And that's going to basically, all of his Hogs are going to get in that heal, get healed right back up. And his Queen's over there taking out all of these defenses. So the Hogs really only have a couple of point defenses left to deal with. Everything is still shooting at his Golems. So once this Archer Tower goes down, plenty of cleanup troops left. So Hogs and Wizards up at the top, his Queen's up there, King's up there, got Archers. And then the one lonely Wizard down here at the bottom that survived for cleanup. So he'll take out a couple of these buildings, which will speed up the cleanup time just a little bit. So we'll speed it up. Boom, there you go. So next, we will take a look at their number 4, an attack by Big Mac. And he's going to bring a Go La Loon against this one. I mean, this is just sort of one of those standard internet bases. We've all seen it. So he'll start off just bringing Golems here on the right side, backed up by Wizards. He'll put his Queen down. Sprinkle in some wall breakers to get in there, and then a jump into the core here in a minute. And there you go, the wall breakers get into the core, Golems start to trickle in, but oh no, his King's going for a walk around the outside. So that's not what he was going for. Gets the poison down on the Rage on the CC troops, burn through those pretty quick. His Wizards actually are taking out the enemy Queen. And then his Queen steps up. They've taken out 1 air defense. She's going to get that Expo, Tesla, the other Tesla. And then she's going to jump in. The Lava Hounds are already coming in, but she's going to help take out this other air defense as well, which is great. That really helps keep some strength up on that one Lava Hound. And then just bringing the loons around the outside, targeting at specific defenses, being real patient. I mean, there's no rush here. So look, I mean, there's 1 air defense left. Got a Lava Hound, 2 Lava Hounds on it, balloons all over the base. And look up at the top. His King is still going around. His King's cleaned up like half the outside of the base already. So it actually worked out in his favor on this one, that the King didn't get sucked in there to the core. So that last defense goes down, and then it's just cleanup. So look at that, King keeps going, got a Wizard down there, and then just the balloons to crush this base. So nice job, Big Mac. Alright, let's take a look at their number 6. Another good attack by Candy with another Go La Loon attack. So I want you to observe on this one. So Expo's pointed down on a Town Hall 9 is a really good indication you need to La Loon it. It just leaves so much available for you. It's not going to target your balloons or your pups, and that's really where they do the most damage, honestly, is against the lava pups once those pop. So to be able to keep all those up and not be targeted is really helpful. So you see the CC there, they had a bunch of wall breakers running out. They had that on quite a few of their bases, which was interesting. I mean, it didn't really hurt us, but just something to note. I hadn't seen a whole lot of. So she gets in there, going to take out the first air defense, and her queen runs the wrong direction to take out that second air defense. So she's going to go on and start with the Lava Hound portion of the attack here quickly, down at the bottom. So there you go, it starts coming in with some loons, backing it up, gets the haste to speed them in, and they're actually going to sort of detour a little bit, go over, get the cannon, come down to the Tesla. So she goes on and brings a couple more Lava Hounds on the second air defense, and finally that first one goes down and the Lava Hound starts running over, or the balloon, excuse me. So it gets down to rage, sweepers go down, air defense goes down, one left, and so starts bringing the balloons on the back end as that Lava Hound gets over there. Still got a rage, so she'll drop it down here shortly. And there it goes, and she's got loons coming from both sides. I'm just going to sort of box in that air defense. There it goes. Still got a wizard tower up doing a little bit of work, but those balloons got raged over there pretty quick. So let's speed it up and see the 3-star. Nice job to Candy. Now, let's see their number 9. An attack by Proxy here. And I really like this attack. It was just really clean and well thought out. I liked it. So he gets the giant down, lures out the CC, drops the poison to kill the balloons, weaken up that dragon. Then he's just going to pull it over to the left-hand side with archers and then kill it. Using some barbs for distraction, drop his archer queen down, and a few wizards to finish taking that out, and then start working their way in to take out one of these air defenses. And then he'll zap quake second defense, so he's got 2 air defenses left at that point for his Lava Hound portion of the attack. Lots of balloons, just a really pretty attack. So let's watch it play out here. So there you see the dragon goes down, drops down a golem to go in there and tank a little bit, get the enemy archer queen and that air defense. Get some coffee here for a second. And again, you're going to see the Barbarian King goes for a walk. So doing lots of cleanup unintentionally, but it worked. So his queen fortunately backtracks, comes in, takes out the air defense, and then targets the enemy archer queen. So there you go. We now have 2 air defenses down, and then he can start with the Lava Hound portion of the attack, bringing them from different angles to soak up any of the air traps. There you go. See, there was one right there. Get haste down to push his loons in. Goes on and targets that next air defense with another Lava Hound. Just sort of 2 loons per defense, moving them around. Gets a rage down to get in and takes out some of these high HP air defense and expo pretty quick. So there's no air defenses left, and the air expo's down now. And tons of loons. Not a whole lot left that can target them. Because they're clumped up like this, the wizard tower could do some damage, but he does, he had, I should say, that Lava Hound out in front doing some of the tanking, so it popped. Got some pups there to help with cleanup, and then he brings a couple loons for the back end, which is awesome. Always a good idea to save some if you can. So all of those defenses are now down. Tons of balloons left, lava pups. His king finally goes down to the enemy king, but he's got a wizard over there to take it out. And they'll just run around and get the cleanup here. Boom, 3 stars for proxy. And now for our last one, as I usually try to do, give you guys a Town Hall 8 attack. So here's a BB going in against their number 16. Love this attack. He brings a Go Vaho, or really more of a Go Va-Lo. He uses 4 hogs, and then 4 earthquakes to get his Valks there into the core. I really like this attack for Town Hall 8s. I think it's super viable for lots of bases. Not saying you could use it everywhere, but in general, just a good attack. So drops down the golems, everything's going to start targeting them, and then just use wizards to take out that dragon and balloon really quick. And then create his funnel. Again, if you're using Valks, the funnel is probably the most important thing you can do. Make sure you get it good and wide. Don't leave any options for anywhere else they could possibly go, because they will. Inevitably, if you leave them options, they will always take the one you don't want. So he's got a pretty good funnel created here. He drops a test Valk, which is always smart as well, and then a CC full of max Valks are going to come in here and just start doing work. So they'll take out that storage there pretty quick, run into the core. They'll take out 2 buildings like nothing, gets a heal on them. They'll take down the king. And really, the main point of this attack was to get down the air defenses so he could start bringing those loons from the back end. He used 4 hogs there on the left just to take out a couple buildings, sort of in a targeted fashion, because there wasn't much there to attack them. And there you see, all of the air defenses are down, so he's just got loons working his way through. There's no spells for them, but with no air defenses and everything still pretty much being tanked by his golems and Valks, he really doesn't need any spells. I mean, the balloons can take their time, working their way around. And there you see, I mean, the only thing that's left that can even shoot his balloons is that one archer tower, and it's over there shooting at giants. There, and the last defense goes down. Got plenty of balloons. They're actually, I like balloons for cleanup. They're slow, but as soon as they get on something, it goes down. They're just super DPS, which is helpful. So they did soak up some air traps, but great attack by a BB. So, another win for the good guys. Let's keep it up. Let's go for the perfect war on this next one. This is Gratch for King Trolls, bringing you guys the boom.